If you want to learn how to trade just like me, join the community, click the private Discord link, sign up through this membership level, and you will gain access to weekly group mentorship calls for free. Would you look at that, guys? We smashed that $100 target of ours. We were suggesting that price is going to come towards this level simply because the 200 EMA is there as we were above the 20 and the 55. This is what we were suggesting in yesterday's update. Hopefully you profited off of this. If you're not yet profiting, that's why you need to consider the education. We do weekly group calls in the Discord community, as you've just heard. And if you want any further help, whether you want to do a course that you have for the rest of your life, one-to-one mentorship with me, just reach out to me on Twitter with the links in the description down below. Enough of that. Let's continue with what Quant is doing right now in the immediate short term. Now, I'm going to stick to my stance that we're seeing Quant melting faces right now. We always get these salty comments. Oh, Quant's not melting faces. What is this then? It's a straight line up, and we've predicted this very, very nicely. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. I think only 40% of you don't subscribe, so a lot of you are subscribers. Really do appreciate that, as well as those constant comments that are always coming in from you guys. Let's get more likes, and turn on that notification bell so you're aware when these updates actually do come out. Now, while we were down here, it was in this area over here, we were suggesting that if we stay below $92.40 over here, we're going to validate these bearish targets and fill in this, basically do a wick fill that we've spoken about for many years on the channel now. But over here, we saw that we failed to break above $92.40. We met the target. This scenario over here, we came back up, but failed to break above $92.40, sent us back down to the support. We were waiting for this support to be lost. We had a point over here that we went down, but we had a bullish divergence appearing over here, which sent us back inside, then created that higher low, and that is why we got sent back up. Beautiful. We were able to call all of these moves out totally free here on the channel. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And what we were then suggesting on these two attempts of breaking $92.40 right over here, if it had done so, we were saying, we're just going to come to the moving averages, where these body candle closes are. Look where all these body candle closes are. We were saying that if we do break above $92.40 over here, that is where we're going to be heading towards. Look, we eventually broke $92.40, where we start struggling to break through all of those body candle closes that were once support, but now as resistance. We also have the 200 EMA there. So if I was in some long positions, then I would consider, while we are still below this, on a technicality, we're bearish. This is what's deciding the longer term trend. We were calling for these buys up until the $100 area, but as the 200 EMA is pretty much sitting there, we'd say that this is going to be considered our top. Doesn't mean that we can't break through eventually. What I now need to see, as we're within this purple box over here, is this wick that we were looking at for the whole entire year, $94, now holding as support. So let's say we get rejected right now. We just need to hold $94 for support, break out of $100, and then we'd be looking at 115. I think okay, a little bit higher, yeah, 115 over here. And then where's 125? 125. Right, yeah, in and around this area over here. We need to reclaim those levels, guys. Yeah, to be honest, it's not 125. My apologies. It's there. $132. Look at that. Yes, I remember this. This is where I gave shorts many moons ago with this head and shoulders pattern over here, saying it was going to come, and my target was there exactly. We came up to there. I said we're still going to go down to that target exactly. So yeah, we were trading these moves, but it's just taking like the whole year for all this stuff to happen, to come to fruition. So I want to talk about that video where we spoke about $75, maybe even that we could go to $60. You need to understand that as a trader, you need to flip biases when things are validated or invalidated. Like for example, when we were holding above the $94 wick over here, $94 to $100, that is this purple area, we were constantly suggesting on the channel that while we are maintaining this $94 to $100 area, this is a great time to DCA. We are holding support. This is the bottom of the market. We've been holding this for almost a year now. So we could then assume that eventually we're going to break out. But of course, we had the 200 EMA. We know that that's what's keeping us bearish. And we also had lots of bearish targets, which was what I was suggesting about a year ago now in October/November time when FTX crashed. We suggested that we're going to see a dead cat bounce, which is essentially coming about halfway over the move down and then falling back to the support. We've seen that be the case, and that is pretty much completed. So usually you'd assume it will continue lower, but realistically, all it's suggesting is that you're going to come back halfway. It's just the Fibonacci golden pocket, and then you return back to the lows. We've seen that, and while we are still maintaining above $9,400, we're going to be considering this bullish. But the moment this is lost, we're flipping stance into a bear. That is how it all works, guys. And so when we lost these this neckline over here between $94 and $100, we started to validate some bearish patterns on the chart. Now I'm going to show you them. I believe it was a head and shoulders pattern over here. Let me just double check if we met the target. We can see, oh, and we can see over here, that's our target, was actually met here at, look, $84.81. That's the marked out. So this was validated at the price of $120 when that was being lost, and then the target was $84 over here. So we saw that target being met, and this is why we were actually suggesting for a reversal. However, there are still further targets to the downside, and that's why we were talking about that in that video, how we could visit lower price targets. But guys, you need to understand that this could all be invalidated. We were saying as soon as we lost this $100 support, that any price below $100 is a great long-term DCA. We were also suggesting here at $100, while it is support, this is a great long-term DCA. You need to understand that the top was $400, so any price realistically below $400 is a great long-term buy. The fact that we were given the chance below $100 is incredible. However, what I must say, we have further targets to the downside down at $75, but this could easily be invalidated. We're still technically bearish because we're underneath this $94 to $100 previous support, now as resistance. We see the 200 EMA there. So for the bears out there, this needs to hold. We then need to eventually come lower and then meet this target. But if you simply just hold $94 and break 100 and flip it in support, that is no longer happening. You need to understand this is how trading works. It's all about flipping biases the moment things are validated or invalidated. Like, for example, we were saying that this is our bottom until it's not, until it's lost, and then you're on a bearish path, which we met our bearish target out of this head and shoulders over here. And I remember calling this head and shoulder, and no one wants to believe me. And what happened? We eventually met that target. So this target is remaining valid while underneath $100. But just break through $100 and flip in support, and then this is no longer happening. Understand that. You could continue up higher, higher, higher. If we ever went back below $100, then it's happening again. So it's literally as simple as that, guys. Things can change in a flash. That is the volatility of crypto over here. It's amazing it's just giving you so many opportunities to make money trading. Of course, as a holder, you're just simply waiting for up. So for the holders out there, if you want to invalidate the 75, maybe even $60 target, even lower, then all we now need to see is $94 being held. We see that this is about to form a daily bullish crossover here. So realistically, you could even come down to there, $91. As long as we get back above 94, break $100, flip into support, break the breakout high. So if we push through $100, then we come back down into support. We need to break that high, that push through 100, and then you're invalidating those targets down. This is how trading works, guys. But again, while beneath this, it's still valid. So then you'd need to flip $94 into support, lose the moving averages, eventually lose $84, and then we would continue lower to 75 and $78 down over here. That is it from me today. Hopefully this was crystal clear for you guys. I know I'm still going to get hate, but this is how trading works, everyone. We still maintain the bias that we will continue lower to these targets. But all you now realistically need to do to invalidate those targets is fall back to this bullish cross that could form over these next coming days. And then that is between $91 and $94. And then break above $100, flip it into support and break the breakout high over here. And then you've invalidated those targets to the downside. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want me to educate you on how you can learn all of this nonsense with the validation and invalidation points, so you're kept up to date with what's going on and how you can profit along these using the Fibonacci's as well, then just private message me with the links in the description of this video, or in the top right corner, the link tree. Head over to my Twitter, Louis_crypto with the blue tick. There are scam accounts, and private message me there for more information. If you want to get weekly group calls group mentorship calls and join my Discord community. We do 2 weekly group calls where I mentor you guys on how to implement the strategies that I use day to day. If any of you are interested in learning how to trade just like me, there's multiple options. Click this ebook. It covers all the strategies that I use in these YouTube updates, so you will have all the same skills. Covers the Japanese candlestick, chart patterns, support and resistance, why I use EMAs over trend lines, Fibonacci's, divergences, and again using these all together to profit using them. I've also got a discount on my course at the moment, which ends at the end of this month. So that's down to £100. You also gain free access to my Discord community for the next 3 months, where you can expect to be a part of 12 to 24 group mentorship calls. If you want something that's a bit more personalized to your needs, then join my one-to-one mentorship plan. You can choose 5 or 10 hours of my one-to-one help, and included will be the 3 months free in the community, as well as my 6-hour long video course.